Manta ray. Most people think rays are just flat fish that hide in the sand, but the manta ray is basically a bird that decided to live in the ocean. They can grow up to 23 feet across. That is wider than your entire living room. But the thing that really gets me is their brain. They have the largest brain-to-body ratio of any fish, and you can feel it when you're in the water with them. They don't just swim, they observe. They have these cleaning stations on coral reefs, where they wait in line like they're at a car wash for tiny fish to pick parasites off them. There's a level of planning in their lives that we don't usually give fish credit for. They don't have a stinger either. They're just massive, intelligent, gentle giants wandering the open blue. Stingray. We have to talk about the reputation, and honestly, it's mostly bad luck. The stingray isn't a hunter, it's a hider. They spend their days buried in the sand, just watching for a shrimp to walk by. The sting is a serrated, venomous spine at the base of the tail, but it's a pure reflex move. If you step on one, it's like a spring-loaded trap. The whole world was shocked when Steve Irwin died from one, but that was a 1 in a billion freak accident where the spine hit his heart. Usually, you just get a very painful foot, and a lesson to do the stingray shuffle when you're walking in the ocean. They aren't mean, they're just jumpy. Electric ray. This is the one that sounds like science fiction. Some rays don't bother with stingers, they just use literal electricity. The electric ray has these modified muscles in its head that can pump out up to 220 volts. That's enough to knock a grown man off his feet. What's wild is that the ancient Romans actually knew about this. They used to use these rays to treat headaches and gout, basically primitive electroshock therapy. Imagine going to the doctor in 50 AD and he tells you to go stand on a flatfish. They use this charge to hunt too. They'll wrap their wings around a fish like a blanket and just zap until it stops moving. No mess, just voltage. Spotted eagle ray. If the manta is a glider, the spotted eagle ray is a fighter jet. They have these incredibly long, whip-like tails, sometimes 3 times the length of their body, and they love the open water. But the weirdest thing they do? They jump. They'll breach the surface and fly through the air like a pancake. Nobody knows exactly why. Maybe they're trying to shake off parasites, or maybe they're just showing off. They have this blunt, duckbill snout that they use to dig through the sand to find clams. They have flat, plate-like teeth that can crush a shell like it's a cracker. It's a weird contrast, looking super elegant from above, while they're basically bulldozing the sand for a snack. Bowmouth Guitarfish. This animal looks like it couldn't decide what it wanted to be. The front is flat like a ray, but the back has a fin like a shark. People call them shark rays, and they're honestly a bit intimidating to look at. They have these thorny, armor-plated ridges over their eyes and shoulders. They live in the Indo-Pacific, and sadly, they're in big trouble because people want their fins. It's one of those animals that's disappearing before we even really understand it. They're like a living fossil that's still trying to figure out which branch of the family tree it belongs to. Pelagic Stingray. Most rays like the floor, but the pelagic stingray hates it. It lives in the deep, open ocean where there is no bottom in sight. Because there's no sand to hide in, it has this deep, dark, purple-blue color to blend into the nothingness of the open sea. It doesn't eat crabs or clams, it hunts squid and fast-moving fish. It's a wanderer, crossing entire ocean basins just following the currents. It's what happens when a ray decides to leave the safety of the coast and just go off-grid. It's small, it's tough, and it's one of the few rays that really knows what the deep blue feels like.